TV soap news and spoilers say that, as Days of Our Lives fans know, the drama in Salem is always filled with twists and turns, and the latest storyline is no exception. A seemingly innocent memory card could have catastrophic consequences for EJ DiMera. And as always, the power of secrets and threats is ever present. This latest development involves a video recording that shows Johnny DiMera holding a gun to his father EJ's head. What happens if Kristen DiMera, a master manipulator, gets her hands on that memory card? Could she use it to destroy EJ and wreak havoc on the DiMera family? Let's break down the potential fallout of this situation and what it could mean for everyone involved. The memory card, a dangerous piece of evidence. The trouble begins when EJ DiMera, played by Dan Feuerriegel, inadvertently comes across a recording that shows his son, Johnny DiMera, Carson Boatman, holding a gun to his head. This video is not only an emotional reminder of the tension between father and son, but also a potentially incriminating piece of evidence. The camera catches the exact moment Johnny threatens his father, and just as the tension reaches its peak, the video cuts off, becoming blurry and unclear. However, what's clear is the danger of that memory card in the wrong hands. EJ, fearing the consequences of such a recording being exposed, takes drastic measures to ensure it is kept hidden. Not wanting the video to become public knowledge, EJ hands over the memory card to Rita, Maggie Carney, instructing her to hide it somewhere safe, away from prying eyes. But as viewers know all too well, nothing in Salem stays hidden for long. EJ's attempt to bury the truth sets the stage for a game of cat and mouse, where secrets, lies, and threats will collide in explosive ways. Will Rita be able to protect the memory card as EJ hoped, or will someone find it and use it against him? Kristen DiMera, a master of manipulation. Enter Kristen DiMera, a woman who's always ready to exploit any opportunity to gain the upper hand. Kristen has been involved in some of the most dramatic and manipulative moments on Days of Our Lives, and her motivations are never straightforward. If there's one thing Kristen excels at, it's using others. Secrets to her advantage, and the memory card is no exception. It doesn't take long before Kristen, ever the opportunist, discovers the existence of the memory card. Whether she finds it through her own scheming or has someone dig it up for her, Kristen's sharp mind and determination will certainly lead her to the hidden recording. And when she does, the tables will turn, and EJ will find himself trapped by his own past. Once Kristen has the memory card in her possession, she will undoubtedly see it as her ticket to getting what she wants. And what Kristen wants most right now is control over EJ and the DiMera family. With the power of the video in her hands, Kristen can blackmail EJ into complying with her demands, and if there's one thing she's learned over the years, it's that she can always find a way to use someone's weakness against them. The blackmail threat? Kristen's ultimatum to EJ. Now that Kristen has the power of the memory card, the real drama begins. Kristen will undoubtedly use the video as leverage to get what she wants from EJ. But what exactly will Kristen demand in exchange for not exposing Johnny's actions? One of Kristen's most pressing desires is to be reunited with her daughter, Rachel Blake. For months, Kristen has been desperate to be with Rachel, and her maternal instincts have pushed her to extreme measures. Kristen knows that EJ has the power to help her, and she's not above using any means necessary to get him to cooperate. Kristen's first move will likely be to confront EJ and demand that he tell her the location of her mother, or face the consequences of the video becoming public. If Kristen reveals the footage of Johnny holding the gun to EJ, it could have serious legal ramifications for him and his family, especially for Johnny, who could end up facing charges for assault and potentially more. Kristen could threaten to send Johnny to jail if EJ doesn't agree to her demands. This creates a difficult situation for EJ. On the one hand, he can't afford to let Kristen have control over him, but on the other, he's facing the very real possibility that his son could be sent to prison. EJ, ever the strategist, will have to carefully consider his options. If he chooses to deny Kristen's demands, he risks losing Johnny and further alienating his family. But if he complies, he'll have to deal with the fallout of letting Kristen manipulate him and his family. EJ's dilemma, the toughest decision of his life. As Kristen tightens her grip on him, EJ will find himself in a dilemma that could have lasting consequences. What will he choose? Will he try to hide the truth and keep Kristen at bay, risking everything to protect his son? Or will he give in to her demands in the hopes of keeping the peace and keeping his family safe? EJ's decision will not only impact his own future, but also the fate of Johnny, Rachel, and the DiMera family as a whole. The stakes are incredibly high, and the tension between EJ and Kristen will only escalate as the weeks go by. If Kristen continues to use the memory card as a weapon, EJ's life will spiral out of control, and his moral compass will be put to the ultimate test. There's also the possibility that Kristen might not stop with just the memory card. If she senses any weakness or opportunity, she could use it as leverage in other areas of EJ's life, further complicating the already strained dynamics between the DiMera family members. Her blackmailing tactics could lead to even darker secrets being exposed, and EJ may find himself caught in a web of lies and manipulation that he may not be able to escape. The fallout? What's next for EJ, Kristen, and Johnny? As the drama unfolds, viewers will be on the edge of their seats wondering what will happen next. Will EJ find a way to outmaneuver Kristen and take control of the situation, or will he be forced to submit to her demands? And what about Johnny? Will he be forced to face the consequences of his actions, or will his father's manipulation be enough to keep him out of trouble? Kristen's ability to leverage the memory card will have far-reaching consequences for the entire DiMera family. What happens if this blackmail leads to even more chaos within the family? Will it drive a wedge between EJ and Johnny, or will they come together to face the threat that Kristen poses? One thing is certain, the stakes are higher than ever. As Kristen takes control of the situation, she will push EJ to his breaking point, and the resulting fallout will be nothing short of explosive. The dramatic tension between these two powerful characters will keep fans on the edge of their seats, eagerly awaiting the next move in this high-stakes game of blackmail and betrayal. Conclusion: a web of lies, blackmail, and betrayal. The memory card may seem like a simple piece of evidence, but in the world of Days of Our Lives, it holds the potential to destroy everything EJ DiMera has worked for. Kristen DiMera, always ready to manipulate those around her, now has the upper hand, and her power over EJ is only growing stronger. As the tension mounts and the stakes get higher, the DiMera family is on the verge of a major crisis, one that could have lasting repercussions for everyone involved. EJ's moral struggle, Johnny's future, and Kristen's unrelenting quest for power will create a whirlwind of drama, and viewers won't want to miss a single moment. The battle for control, the threats of exposure, and the complex web of family dynamics will keep fans on their toes, wondering what will happen next. Will EJ be able to protect his family, or will Kristen's blackmail lead to his downfall? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure. This story is far from over, and the best is yet to come. Our TV channel Soap News and Spoilers is the place for those who want to know how the Salem story goes, as well as great Days of Our Lives updates and news. So subscribe to our channel to get what you want. Bye-bye.